afternoon. Welcome to my Dream Academy online class. My name is Dr. Onowuchenna. I am a senior registrar cardiothoracic and vascular surgery UNTAG to Kozari. This afternoon we will be discussing the circulatory system. So we will start with the definition of the circulatory system. So let me write it. Circulatory system. So, basically every organism is made up of cells. Group of cells come together, they form tissue of similar function, they form organ. Collection of organs build up a system, and then collection of system makes up a whole organism, like a human being like me. So part of this system is the circulatory system. By definition, it is the system of an organism responsible for the transport of material. That is just the definition. The system of an organism responsible for the transport of material. So the key word there is transport. And the other thing there is what? Material. This material, they can either be nutrients or waste products or factors. By factors, I mean things like hormones and others. Now, being a transport system, it has components. So what are the components of the circulatory system? For convenience sake, we can say that there are three components of the circulatory system. Three components of the circulatory system. One is the pump. Then the other one is the passage. Then the last component of the circulatory system is the medium through which that transportation occurs. So we take each of the components one after the other. So we start with the pump. We start with the pump. You have to be fast, so to follow me, time is limited. So the pump is the heart. Pump is the heart. Most organisms have hearts, especially the mammalians, the avians, the amphibians, even the pisces. They have, in fact, all vertebrates, they have hearts. So, but the heart of each class of the vertebrates differs from the mammalian heart, because that is the one that is more complex. If you know about the complex heart of the mammalian, you will be able to understand the simple one of other organisms. So the heart is the pump of the circulatory system, usually located in the thoracic cavity. The heart can be divided into two parts. We have the left part and the right part. The left part is also known as the systemic part, and the right part is known as pulmonary, the pulmonary part. What do we mean by systemic? Systemic means whole body, the whole body, the part that is responsible. The systemic part, which is also the left part, is the part that is responsible for the circulation of all other parts of the body except the lungs. Let me repeat it. I said that the systemic part of the heart is that part of the heart responsible for the circulation of all other parts of the body except the lungs. Then the pulmonary part, this word pulmonary implies lung. So the right part is only responsible for the circulation of the lung. Now you ask yourself, why is the lung so important than the other part of the body in the circulatory system? The reason is that the lung is the source of the major nutrient the major thing that the body needs, and that thing is oxygen. That is why the lung is very vital in the circulatory system. Is that okay? Now let us take the left part. We are going to make a drawing to illustrate this. Our drawing is a schema. It's not actually the heart. I am not able to draw the heart now. You can check up the diagram of heart in any textbook. So we make a schema of this nature like a box. We make a schema like a box. So this way, another one. Based on our drawing, this will be the right part and this will be the left part. Are you with me? Now we start with the right part. So the right part of the heart is made up of one, the right atrium. Right atrium. The plural of atrium is atria. 2, the right ventricle. The inlet into the inlet of the right part of the heart is the right atrium, and the outlet is from the right ventricle. That inlet is the superior vena cava with inferior vena cava. So two of them empties their veins. Superior vena cava and inferior vena cava are what? Veins. Two of them empties into the right heart. Do you get that? Then the blood from the right atrium enters into the right ventricle. There is a door here. That door is known as valve. There is a door at this point. So at the junction between the right atrium and the right ventricle is a valve. And that valve is known as tricuspid valve. So what is here is tricuspid. It has three cusps. That's why it's called tricuspid. Just like you say triangle, because it has three angles. Is that okay? Now, when the blood enters into the right ventricle, the right ventricle will now pump the blood into the lungs. So from here, the blood gets into the lungs for oxygenation. Do you get that? It's in the lungs that the blood will be what? Oxygenated. Are you with me? That is why it is called pulmonary part, because it's responsible for pulmonary circulation. Is that okay? Now, there is a door. There's another door here. There's another valve between the right ventricle and this vessel. This vessel is known as pulmonary artery. So it is the pulmonary artery that carries blood from the right ventricle to the what? To the lungs. The door between the right ventricle and the pulmonary artery is known as pulmonary valve. Very simple. This one is simple. It's known as pulmonary valve. Is that okay? Very good. So we are done with the right part of the heart. We don't have any other thing to say there. How many valves are there in the right part? There are 2, tricuspid and the pulmonary valve. Do you get that? How many veins, how many important veins are there? There are 2 important veins, superior vena cava and inferior vena cava. They empty into the right atrium. From the right atrium, the blood gets into the right ventricle. And the right ventricle will now pump the blood into the lungs for sole purpose of what? Oxygenation through the pulmonary artery. And the door between the right ventricle and the pulmonary artery is the pulmonary valve. Is it not okay? That summarizes the right part. Now let us go to the left. Now, the blood that enters the left part of the heart comes from the lungs. It comes from where?
The lungs.
From the lungs. So look at the lungs. So from the lungs comes the blood. They pass through here. This point they pass through is known as pulmonary veins. Pulmonary what? Veins. You compare it with the other one that is vena cava. But here is what? Pulmonary veins. So through the pulmonary veins, the blood that are already oxygenated moves from the lungs into the left atrium. Do you get that? They will now move into the left atrium. From the left atrium, where will they go into? Left ventricle. Now there's another door here. Is that okay? Are you with me? There is another door there. And that door is known as bicuspid. What did I say is known as? Bicuspid. So how many cusps? 2. That's why it's called bicuspid. Yes, bicuspid. Bicuspid. Is this? Because it has 2 cusps. Is that okay? Now, it is also known as mitral valve. It's also known as mitral valve. Are you with me? We know what is a mitre. Mitre is the cap of the bishop. If you are a Christian, you see at times your bishop wears a cap that has 2 capes like that. That's why it's called the mitral valve. So the door, as I said earlier, between the left atrium and the left ventricle is known as bicuspid because it has how many cusps? 2. It's otherwise known as mitral valve. Now, when the blood gets to the left ventricle, it will be pumped into the biggest artery in the body, which is known as aorta. What did I call it? Aorta. Don't call it aorta. Call it aorta. Yeah? Do you get that? Now, just like we have pulmonary valve here, there is another door here. Who can give this door a name? We call it, this one entered into pulmonary artery and it's called pulmonary valve. So who can give this one a name? It entered into the aorta. What? Aorta valve. You tried. It's a aortic valve. Do you get that? This aorta is a noun. You form an adjective from the noun. Is it not? Aortic valve. Do you get that? So that is it. So a recap. That recap is that the left part of the heart, which is the systemic part of the heart, receives blood from where? The lungs. And the blood already what? Oxygenated. It passes through the pulmonary vein, enters into the left atrium. From the left atrium, via the bicuspid valve, they enter into the what? Left ventricle. The left ventricle pumps it into the what? Into the aorta. From the aorta, it gets to all parts of the body. Every artery in the body has a route from the what? Aorta, except the pulmonary arteries. That is a fact. You get that? Even the artery that supplies your digit indirectly originates from the what? Aorta. Are we okay? So we have dealt with the heart. Any questions so far? So this is the pump. Now, it is good that we talk about the valve, the heart valves, as a separate section in the heart because they are important. The heart valve. The number of heart valves you should know now is just 4, but they are more than 4. I won't bother you with the other ones. There are 6. I won't bother you. When you come up, you know the other 2. So, the heart valves, they are structures. If you are asked, what is heart valve? What is a valve? In fact, generally, a valve is a structure that allows unidirectional flow of fluid. What did I say? A valve is a structure, whether man-made or natural, that allows unidirectional flow of fluid. You now ask yourself, what is a fluid? Who can tell us what a fluid is? Nobody. Fluid is either liquid or what? Gas. Whenever they mention fluid, they mean what? Liquid or what? Gas. You see, your gas cooker has a valve. The cylinder has a valve. That valve allows the gas to move only from the cylinder to the outside and not the other way around. So that is work of the valves. So the heart valves, they allow only unidirectional, that's one way. They prevent backward flow because that backward flow is not needed. So here now, blood is only meant to flow from atrium to what? Ventricle, and never the other way around. If it tries to flow back, the valve will do what? Will close. Do you get that? Preventing it from flowing back. That is the work of the heart valves. Then the heart valves are classified into two. They are classified into what? Into two. One is atrial. Don't mind the longer this thing. There is a way we form words, and you can start forming words like that. Atrioventricular valve. Atrio is gotten from where? Atrium. Ventricular from what? Ventricle. So it's not a big thing. Atrioventricular valve. These are the valves at the junction of the atrium and what? Ventricle. That's just that. There are valves at where? Junction of the atrium and ventricle. And we have two such junctions. The one between the right atrium and the right ventricle. And the one between the left atrium and the left ventricle. So what are those valves? Who can tell us the valves? They are the tricuspid and the what? Bicuspid. Simple. So the atrioventricular valve are the tricuspid, which is on the right, and the bicuspid, otherwise known as mitral, which is on the left. Do you get that? Are we okay? Now, the other group of valve is the ventricular outlet valves. What did I say they are called? Ventricular outlets. Valves. The ventricular outlet valves. Look at the outlet of the ventricles. How many? Do you get it? We have two ventricles, is it not? That is the right and the what? Left ventricle. So the outlet is from where they went out. The outlet of the right ventricle entered into pulmonary what? Artery. The outlet of the left ventricle enters into the what? Aorta. And there are valves there. One is what? Pulmonary valve. And the second is the aortic valve. Do you get that? What is the significance of those valves? The significance of the valves. The significance of the valve is that the heartbeat which you feel is as a result of closure of those valves. When you listen to your heartbeat, boom, 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 it is the force with which those valves are doing what? Closing. When they close, they prevent blood from flowing what? Backwards. Any questions so far? No question. Now, or is there any? Yes, no. We have dealt with the pump. So we take ourselves back to the components. Remember we said that the components is made up of the pump and the what? The passage. So the next thing we are going to talk about in this circulatory system, having exhausted the pump, is the what? Passage. Is that okay? So let's discuss the passage.
What if the pulmonary valve stops working?
Okay.
What will happen?
Okay.
Why is bicuspid valve also called mitral valve?
Yeah, some people asked some questions. Okay. For the, let us try to address the questions. So the first person used said the fair one. Okay, both of them are fair. Said that what happens if the pulmonary valve stop working? That's a disaster. Then we also answer even if the aortic stop working. So thank God that this diagram is still there. Now, if the pulmonary valve stop working, that means that the blood that flows into the pulmonary artery, some of them will do what? Will go back. Do you get that? They will go back into the right ventricle. This is what we call pulmonary regurgitation. Yeah? It's called what? Pulmonary regurgitation. Do you get that? It will now increase the amount of blood that is left in the right ventricle. Let me take it again. Pulmonary valve not working implies that blood will flow back. The function of that valve, which is to prevent the backward flow of blood, is no longer there. So the blood will flow back. Such a situation is called pulmonary regurgitation. When it happens, there will be too much blood left in the right ventricle. And when there are too much blood in the right ventricle, it will result in right ventricular hypertrophy. The right ventricle will increase in size. Is that okay? Are you with me? At the same time, when it increases in size, there will also be a backward pressure to the right atrium. So the right atrium will also increase in size. The whole right side of the heart will increase in size, and it will impair their function. What is their function? To pump blood to the lungs. For what? Oxygenation. So they will not be able to pump enough blood to the lungs. Only few blood gets to the lungs at a time. They will not get well oxygenated. And if the body doesn't have oxygen, the cells will not function. And what happens?
Person dies.
It will gradually die from weakness. If it's not taken care of, it will culminate into coma. From there, the person goes. The same thing happens when the aortic valve stop working as well. There is going to be backward flow into the left ventricle. The left ventricle will do what? Will become too big, and it will also make the right ventricle, the left atrium, to also be what? Too big. It will impair their function. What is their function? Their function is to pump blood to other parts of the body. They will not be able to do that. So if blood doesn't get to the brain, the person will faint. If it doesn't get to the heart, because the heart itself has its own blood supply. Yeah, we are going to mention that later when we talk about arteries. The heart has its own. The heart will fail because the heart also pumps blood to itself. So if it's unable to pump enough to itself, it will do what? Fail, and every other part of the body will not get blood. Is that okay? Then the second question says, why is the bicuspid also called mitra? Mitra. The word mitra came from mitre, which is the cap of the bishop. If you are a Christian, the bishop, there's one big one they wear. Not that small one they wear at their occipitus. No, not that one. There's a big one they wear. That one, the shape of the mitral valve has the same shape like the mitre of a bishop. That's why they called it what? Mitral valve. That's the questions. So we continue with the other components of the circulatory system, which is the passage. The passage. The passage, they are the vessels. The passages they are classified into two. We have the blood vessels. So either you call it passage or you call it what? Vessels. Like pipes. So we have the blood vessels, and then we have the lymphatic vessels. So we start with the blood vessels. By the name blood vessels, all they carry is what? Blood. They carry blood. So the blood vessels are the artery, the vein, and capillary. Capillary by per se is not a vessel, but for convenience sake, we put them there. When I get to it, I'll tell you what it is. So the arteries are the vessels that carry blood away from the heart. They carry blood away from the heart. That is first statement. We are going to make many statements or many sentences with artery, and these are facts as you see them in your exam. Statement number 1 is they carry blood away from heart. That's statement number 1. Statement number 2 is that all arteries carry oxygenated blood, except you see, except has entered, except pulmonary artery. Except pulmonary artery. So so pulmonary artery carries deoxygenated, but others carry what? Oxygenated. How do you know that blood is oxygenated? Blood is oxygenated when it is bright red. You see, when you aspirate a blood and that blood is bright red, that blood is oxygenated. Yeah? But when it is darkish red, it is deoxygenated. So let us make another statement with arteries. They have thick walls. They have what? Thick walls. Then the number 4, this thing is that their lumen. You know what a lumen is? Lumen. Like if this is an artery now, inside there is the what? Lumen. When you cross it, it looks like this. This is the lumen. The lumen. Lumen. L-U-M-E-N. Lumen. You know? So the 4th statement is that the lumen of arteries is smaller in comparison to the what? To the wall. The lumen of the arteries is what? Smaller in comparison to the what? Wall. And remember they have what? Thick wall. Is that okay? Very good. I think these are the 4 sentences we can make with the arteries. Then another sentence we can make with the arteries is that they are deep seated. They are mostly deep seated in the body. Like you cannot see any artery in your body. Nobody can just wake up and say this is where the artery is. They are deep seated. Is that okay? You see, that's the 5th statement. You see, another one has come up. The Holy Spirit has revealed another statement. It says the 6th one is that they pulsate. The arteries pulsate. They pulsate. From this word pulsate, you get what? Pulse. You count your pulse. You see the doctors, they will hold you here. They are counting your pulse. That is the pulsation of an artery. So there's an artery here. So how do you identify an artery? By pulsation. Did you get that? When you see a vessel in the body and you place your hand on it, your fingers on it, and it is pulsating, you will know that it's most likely what? An artery. So artery pulsate in consonance. That pulsation is in consonance. That is in concordance, in harmony. Well, this is not English class. I'm giving you many meaning of consonant. Is in consonance with heartbeat. You remember what I told you about heartbeat? It is the closure of what? Of the valves. So, as your heart is beating, your pulse moves in consonance with it. Yeah? If there is discordance between the two, that means there's problem. You get that? Very good. Now, you see, we made a lot of statements with the artery. Is that okay? Very good. So the next thing we are going to do about arteries is special arteries. Let us talk about some arteries. There are arteries you should know at this your O level. There are some arteries you should know their name. It's important that you know their name. Every artery in the body has their name. That is what you should know. But there are ones you should know. So the ones you should know, also the subtopic is special / important arteries. The first is pulmonary artery. What is so special about this pulmonary artery? About pulmonary artery, we have left and right pulmonary arteries. Is that okay?
Yes.
For the left and the right lungs. If you have only one lung, you may have only one pulmonary artery, but usually there's always a branching of it. Now, the special thing about pulmonary artery, I told you here, this number 2. It is the only artery in the body that carries deoxygenated blood. That is what is special about it. You get that? And it carries that deoxygenated blood to where? To the lungs. For what? Oxygenation. That is 1. Then 2, aorta. What is so important about the aorta? That you should know that there is aorta. Don't call it aorta. It's what? Aorta. Why? The reason is that it is the largest artery in the body. That is 1. It is the largest artery in the body. And other arteries, directly or indirectly, originate from the aorta, except pulmonary artery. That is the special thing about aorta. Aorta is the largest artery in the body, and other arteries originate directly or indirectly from the what? Aorta. Except pulmonary artery. There's always an except. You know? Now, which other arteries should you know? You should know the coronary. The coronary artery. What is so important about coronary artery? Yeah? What is so important about the coronary artery? The coronary artery is the artery that supplies the heart. What is the heart? The heart is the pump. Do you get that? The coronary artery is the artery that supplies the heart. Yeah? So you see, the heart itself that pumps the blood has its own blood supply, which is from where? From the coronary artery. Do you get that? If there is blockage of the coronary artery, it will result in sudden cardiac arrest. Person will just die. Do you get that? And they will say that the village people have killed them. Nobody killed anyone. Then, after the coronary artery, which other one are you supposed to know? You're supposed to know about the carotid. Carotid. They supply the brain, the head and brain. Head and brain. Head and brain region. Carotid, head and brain. You know, they run through here. So if somebody wants to finish you, just cut your carotid. I know where it is, I know where I can locate it, so don't joke with me. I will do that, and you get out. Then, apart from the carotid artery, which other one you're supposed to know? You should know about the subclavian. Sub what? Clavian. Sub means under. Subway. Is that subway? Have you passed through subway before? Where were you going when you passed through there? That is under. What is this bone called? Clavicle. So it's just an artery that went under the word clavicle. That's why it's called what? Subclavia. It's not God that gave all these things names. It's what? It's man that gave them names. God created them and said we should go and do what? And name them. So subclavian artery supplies the upper limb. That's the hand, your upper limb. You know what upper limb is? This one. Upper limb is anything from here to that extent. So subclavian does that. Then which other one are you supposed to know? I look at your body, I know the one you're supposed to know. You're supposed to know about the renal artery. Where does the Jam can ask you this thing to bastardize you. You say that Jam pon cat water. Renal artery supplies the kidney. Hepatic artery will supply what? Who can tell us? Hepatic. Okay, but you have heard some people say they suffer hepatitis. When they suffer hepatitis, where is affected? So hepatic artery will supply where? Liver. Use your common sense. To supply the liver. Then there is the one they call mesenteric. The mesenteric artery. Where does it supply? Mesentery. It supplies the. Have you ever killed an animal before? You have not seen where they kill the animal, where they kill fowl, when they bring out the intestine. There are some loose things that bind the intestine together. They are called what? Mesentery. So where does the mesenteric artery supply? The intestines. They supply the intestines. Eh? Is that okay? Then finally, the one that supplies the lower limb, they are called the femora. They are called what?
The femora.
The femora. That's all. These are arteries, you should know them. If you want to know extra, I can tell you extra. Eh? Do you get that? The one that they usually count the pulse on from the hand, that place when the doctor places the hand on, is radial artery. Excuse me. That's the one that's usually placed to count the pulse. That's pulsation. Because artery does what? Pulsate. Every artery does what? Pulsate. In consonance with the what? Heartbeat. Very good. I think we have dealt with the artery. We will now go to the veins. Any question? Okay, so we'll go to the veins. Remember, we are the what? Passage. What did I say that the passage are? They are vessels. They are pipes. The first one is the blood vessels. And among the blood vessels are what? The artery, the vein, and the capillary. We have dealt with the artery. Now let us deal with the vein.
Welcome to my dreams